All right. And we are live.
What's going on, guys? How's everybody going?
Yeah. Hey there, Cashflow crew. So I'm here with Ernesto. Talk some more mindset. Continuation of yesterday. I think it'll be pretty good. We're going to talk about money mindset, and then also get a little bit more into how Ernesto developed his money mindset over real estate and all that goodness. So I just jumping right into it. One of the major things that I noticed that changed my overall mindset about money is the fact that I learned how easy it is just by doing some very, very, very simple math, and how important it is to have the right mindset to do this. And that very simple math are two numbers. So those two numbers, 274 and 365. You can sell an item, or you can create an item that has enough value that people will buy it at $274. And this is any variation of any of that stuff times 365 units, or even one sale a day. You can easily replace your overall income. You can create some amazing side income, or you could even have that freedom income generated just by knowing those simple numbers. And that's just some of the very simple math that I learned that helped change my mindset about money and how easy it is to make. And actually what led me to jump like head first into this entrepreneurship stuff, and then want to start the YouTube channel to share this information. So like, what were the major factors that helped you change your overall money mindset, Ernesto?
For myself, it was understanding the mindset of what what Rich Dad Poor Dad refers to it as the EBSI, the cash flow quadrant. It's understanding if you're on the left side, you're an you're an employee or you're a specialist. If you're on the right side, you're in a business or you're an investor. They're all different mindsets, right? An employee mindset is typically scarcity mindset, 9 to 5. Their value is in exchanging time for money. The specialists, like a doctor or a lawyer or something like that, they're also changing time for money, but they might have a specialty skill that a typical employee doesn't have, right? Hence, lawyer, accountant, doctor, stuff like that. They get paid more money, 6 figures, but they also, if they're not trained properly in the business aspect, they stay a specialist and they're not able to take advantage of some of the business write-offs and tax advantages that, a business person or an investor, they understand. Businesses or business-minded people, a lot of them understand how to run and operate a successful business. Maybe some of them don't understand, and this is common in the mergers and acquisitions world, which I'm a part of. We have a lot of competent operators in day-to-day operations, but they can't think, they don't have the perspicacity to think outside of their business, right? They're not thinking of like, oh, maybe I should host an event, and that event I can invite politicians or local business people, and I can collaborate, and I can spread my word of my business through collaborating and networking with other businesses. Some of them just have a day-to-day mindset, almost like an employee mindset, but they're at the top of the pyramid where they run the business, right? And then there's the investor mindset, right? The investor mindset is people like myself. We understand the need of having a strong network, being able to communicate and have a big Rolodex of many different people, from contractors to bankers to investors to other operators of other successful businesses and other investors that we need to bounce ideas off of. It's very important for us to leverage knowledge and leverage experience in order to gain our time back, right? Like, I don't know anything about making websites or a lot of like cybersecurity stuff, but I know Cody does, right? So I'm leveraging his experience to shortcut my time frame, but it's going to get me farther faster. So thinking of that's how an investor mindset works, and that's really what takes people from a 9 to 5 mindset, where they're like, okay, well, I'm exchanging my time for money. I'm only good at these particular things. These are the little widgets that I can do. But an investor, they think, okay, well, how can I use, like somebody like a realtor, or somebody like how can I host an event where I can bring in a lot of people and garner a lot of interest, spread my name through a successful group of people, or use, like, for example, a bunch of realtors to find and do all my due diligence for me and find me deals in different markets, and I don't have to do it. I'm leveraging their time, their experience, their knowledge in order to build my business. So, that's the kind of mindset that we push here in High Income Skills, and being able to change that mindset is going to give you the ability to grow as a business person and accelerate a lot faster than just, picking yourself up by the bootstraps and just trying to figure it out on your own.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I definitely get the whole using people for their strengths, and not really using people for their strengths, but actually using the strengths that they have to help each other build an overall business. And that's one of the major mindset shifts that I had. Like, just for instance, you are definitely my superior when it comes to all things real estate because you just have more time in the game. But I can learn so much from you by providing my strengths, which are more technologically focused, also GovCon focus. Like, these are things that I know that you don't, that we can go ahead and bounce off each other so that we can just build a stronger business. And that's one of the major mindset shifts that I had after getting out of the military, is the fact that you need other people if you want to break through past that 6-figure mark, because you just cannot get past that 7, 8, or 9-figure mark without other people with other strengths.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. One of the biggest mindset shifts when you're going from being an employee to an entrepreneur or business person is understanding and getting your ego out of the way. You really have to be, stoic, and you really have to know, what's the best move on the chessboard, right? So, like, for example, I'm the founder of a few different companies, and I have a few different partners, especially here, including here in High Income Skills with Cody, right? So, but I'm able to step out of myself, even though I run other businesses. I'm able to step out of myself and say, okay, well, I am not competent, or I'm not the best person to figure out X, Y, and Z. But I know Cody, or I can ask my other partner from real estate, or I can ask somebody in my Rolodex. And then that way, that helps me go a lot further, a lot faster. And then other people recognize, like, oh, this person is doing something. And then when they ask me for help, I help them, right? So, like, I'm kind of doing this. I'm grabbing up and I'm being pulled up by my network, and then I'm reaching down. I'm reaching down and I'm pulling other people up, right? So I'm getting raised up my value, and I'm bringing other people with me to raise their value, because we all act as a team, right? Business is a team sport, and you have to be able to step outside of yourself and say, oh, I'm not going to help that person. Or sometimes you have to really, if you're going to have a strong network, you got to be able to approach some of your friends that are in your network that are running other businesses and tell them, hey, I noticed that you're deficient in X, Y, and Z, and I recognize it's a hard thing to learn overnight. Why don't I help you, and you can watch me do it, and then that way you'll know, and then that way you'll accelerate further faster. Because when that person needs help, more than likely they're going to help you too, right? Because they realize that it's the value of this overall friendship and partnership and business relationship is what's really going to help, because there's not many people in this world that are entrepreneurs and business people, and especially entrepreneurs and business people that are collaborative. A lot of business people and entrepreneurs, they have this like scarcity mindset where if I reveal all my secrets, or if I help this guy have a good website, he's going to take clients, and I'm not going to benefit. And that's not really the case. In most instances, like, I talk about real estate, right? I talked about wholesaling dealings in previous videos, and Airbnb in previous videos, and lease options in previous videos. I'm going to be talking about a multifamily deal here coming up this week that it's 6 unit, but I'm not like, this master guru like a Grant Cardone claims to be or whatever. But real estate is real estate, right? Everybody can claim to be an expert or whatever, but as long as you've done deals and you have a baseline knowledge and have experience like I do, more than the vast majority of people, right? I'm not going to say that I'm over here buying multiple A-class properties or whatever like Grant Cardone, but I know how to do it, right? I've bought $1 million businesses, right? I bought millions of dollars worth of real estate. I mean, the process is the same, but most people have the scarcity mindset where they're like, well, I'm not going to help that person because he might start his own YouTube channel and he might talk about wholesaling or whatever. I mean, there's like 90 people talking about wholesaling. If you go on the internet and just type in wholesaling, there's, so many creators talking about it. So it's like, you can't have a scarcity mindset, and it's hard not to. But I guess that's, you really want to develop the relationship and friendship with people that are genuinely there to help. What did you say, Cody?
So the scarcity mindset thing, we actually have a phrase for that in the military and also in the contracting world. It's called a stovepipe of excellence. It's basically someone who completely blocks the process because they want to hold all the information to themselves. But if you go ahead and you actually share the wealth, share some of that information, you're no longer a stovepipe and you become that free flowing water that just attracts and brings in more information while passing more out so that everybody can learn more. And that's how things really should be. But obviously you're going to have the human condition. The human condition is to have the secrets, to not share as much information or be as collaborative. Like you were saying, there's just not that many businesses or entrepreneurs out there that are willing to be collaborative and share their lessons, which is why I'm super, super grateful to be able to talk to you about real estate all the time and be able to share my technology lessons that we talk about all the time inside of High Income Skills. Like, you guys can join the group and learn a ton, just even in our free Telegram group. Like, you could join the free Telegram group, get connected with a couple of extra people, ask some basic questions, find out if High Income Skills is right for you. And then once you're ready, click the Calendly link that will be in the description below. Get on a call with Ernesto or myself, and then we can actually bring you into the full group for the full experience.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, it's, we're going into this economy where, you have to be collaborative, and the more resources and the more you're able to have a network of people that are able to help you in different areas, whether it's social media marketing, email marketing, running a business, the correct tax and asset protection. You can't wear all the hats, right? I can't wear all the hats, right? I'm good at certain things. I'm not good at other things. I know a lot about certain topics. I don't know a lot about certain topics. And to try to become the master of so many different areas, it's only going to diminish yourself, because then you'll just be, a low standard knowledge of everybody, versus I could just call, like, if I need some tax advice, I could just call my friend, right? They've been at a top 4 accounting firm for over a decade, and they'll just tell me, "Oh, do this, boom, 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 boom." In most cases, they'll just do it for me, So it's like, I rather just do that than like try to like go and figure it out and watch YouTube videos. That's a waste of time, and time is the thing you don't get back, right? That's what you have to shortcut. Yeah, you can make money, you can do deals, but time is the one that's the most valuable, because you're not going to get more of it. There's a finite amount of time that you have on this planet, and you want to optimize that time. And the only way to optimize that time is to share with other people and be willing to share with people. Now, don't get me wrong. There are going to be some people out there that are just going to be leeches and not going to help you out. And you have to be wary of that too. But at the same time, you can't, you have to develop the high income skills to be able to know and read people and analyze and communicate and negotiate and sales and all that stuff. So those are the real high income skills, is to be able to look at the chessboard and make the best move. Sometimes that includes cutting people off, especially if you're going to be an entrepreneur. I mean, if you're going to be a business person, a serious business person, the vast majority of the people that you knew in the past, they're all going to be left in the past, because a lot of them don't have the goals and ambitions to move forward. I have so many friends and so many people that I've met through the years, and Cody, you could probably speak to this as well. If I told them like, "Oh yeah, I was just in Colombia, I was just in Thailand, I was just in China, I was just like wherever, and then I came back and then I bought this company and then I came back and then I did this," they're going to be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Right? They have no idea that is it even a possibility or a thing, because they've never seen it and never done it before. So, your circles start to change as you level up, and it's a necessary thing, and that's part of the mindset shift. Also, is realizing that your circle of influence is gonna evolve. It's gonna grow.
Yeah, it absolutely was a huge mindset shift coming overseas and just working in contracting and having that complete shift away from, oh, I have to pay taxes, to, oh, wait, I don't really have to pay taxes if I have certain income preclusions. Like, that's a pretty big mindset shift to have. And then also, I have a lot of friends that just don't understand it. They're like, "You're not willing to pay taxes? Why aren't you willing to pay taxes?" It's like, because you don't have to if you get the knowledge. So That's one of those major shifts that I had, and they just don't understand that you can travel the entire world as long as you have a contracting job and or have a contracting business. You can pretty much go anywhere you want and then have those same tax advantages. And then on top of it, once you have the full-fledged business and you're a sub or a prime contractor, then you can go ahead and roll for other tax benefits depending on which countries you are in, of course. And again, this is not financial advice, but you would definitely need to consult a financial advisor, but you can definitely get a lot of advantages using certain company foundations, such as like an LLC, all the way up to the corporations, or even a holding company, which can actually save you a ton of money on taxes, which is what Jacqueline went into during one of our last episodes. So I definitely would check that episode, well, those 3 episodes out over on High Income Skills, because Jacqueline dropped a ton of knowledge bombs, and you guys would absolutely love those episodes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, part of the mindset shift, really, you really have to do a self-analyze yourself and say, okay, well, I'm a, let's just say I work for the county, right? And I drive buses. Okay, so let's just say I drive buses, and this is my sphere, and I went into this job because I know that it's a safe union job, and I can make $25 an hour and have health benefits and whatever. Okay, you have to look at the people around you and say, okay, well, I see my sphere of influence, the people around me, right? I just became a bus driver, but this guy's been a bus driver for 5 years and 10 years and 20 years and 17 years. And you have to listen to the conversations that they're having. Like, what are they talking about? What kind of life are they living? And then you have to ask yourself, like, do I want to, if I go down this path and I continue down this path and nothing else changes, and I become these people because that's what it's going to happen, do I want my life to play out like that? Or do I need to shift my mindset and say, okay, well, these are not aligned with my goals and what I want out of this short-term life that I have on this planet, right? Because we only have a few decades here on this planet, and then we're gone. So in terms of a mindset shift, you have to say, okay, well, is this all that my life is going to amount to, me being a 20, 30, 40-year bus driver? Or how can I change my mindset? And, maybe I like interior design. Maybe I like real estate. Maybe I like starting my own business. Maybe I have goals and ambitions to do different things. And you have to start surrounding yourself with that type of content, with that type of information, and how to monetize it, but also, how to influence people and solve people's problems. Once you figure out how to solve people's problems, that's how you can financially charge to solve for their problems. That's really some of the questions that you have to have, but it takes a mindset shift. It takes getting out of, okay, I'm safe, I'm in this comfortable job, let me just continue in this day-to-day existence. Or you're going to say, hey, I got to change my mindset, and I got to look at all these other things that these people in the industry that I'm interested in are doing, how they got there. And okay, so like, what are the first steps? What do I need to do first? And then start taking actions towards that. And then eventually, after a month, 6 months, a year, when you look back, you're going to be like, man, I remember a year ago, I just talked about that stuff. And now I've read 4 books on the subject. I have a Instagram posting every other day about that subject. I'm making content. Like, you're starting to do things. And as you start momentum building, you're networking with people, you're learning from other people, you're adding to your tool belt, your toolkit. And eventually you're going to be able to take off like a rocket, because it's just exponential growth. It's compounding movements, compounding actions that ultimately, the more consistent you are, add up to this huge portfolio that you're going to make money from, that you're going to be able to leverage and help you with other things. But mindset is incredibly important. And then the mindset is when you do become successful, and when you do, it never ends. The mindset evolution never ends. It just continues on different planes, different levels, right? Like, right now I'm a 7-figure entrepreneur. Well, I want to get to 8, I want to get to 9. So the game never ends. It just continues. But, if you're enjoying what you do, like I do, like me and Cody does, I mean, we get to do whatever we want, whenever we want, so it's like, it's a happier lifestyle and existence than just like slaving away at a corporate job that you really don't care about.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So I think we've beaten them up on the whole mindset thing. I think they get the point. But guys, mindset, it's a huge thing. And if you shift your mindset overall, you will have better outcomes in your life. That I can promise you. And for all my vets out there, you guys need to shift your mindset when you get out of the military because you're moving into a different environment. So you have to learn the lessons. The best way to learn the lessons is A, to find a mentor, B, find a team that you can talk about things with. Like, for instance, if you were in a room where guys talked about how to make more money nonstop for 12 weeks, do you think you would make more money? I think you would.
Definitely.
I know that where I met Ernesto, that's all we talked about is money and other things. And I mean, we're already here. We're starting new businesses together. So I mean, it just leads to natural opportunity.
Not only that, Cody, but think about when me and Cody started down this road, doing high income skills, and we started creating sales funnels, and we started going live and creating content, and being able to, we're going to make material, we're going to make books, we're going to contribute a lot of different things, and now other people are asking me to help them and giving me positions, teaching positions, and sales positions to help them build their platforms. I had no 3 months ago, I had no intention of doing any of those things. And now all these things are happening. I'm going to be hosting events with like successful MBA grads, like bi-weekly events. Our first event is at the end of May. I mean, none of this stuff 2 months ago, I even thought it was possible or in existence. But when I started shifting my mindset and said, okay, I need to start a digital business, a digital representation of my portfolio, something that I can do from my laptop anywhere, and I started doing this with Cody, now all these opportunities are starting to present themselves. So, it's really a powerful thing that you have to master your mindset. That's the most important thing. You have to do it.
All right, guys. Well, we'll leave you here, but definitely check out Jacqueline's episodes over on High Income Skills. Those are some amazing episodes. And then as well as on Cody's Cashflow. If you vets out there want to check out how to get any disability, I've already laid out the framework. You just got to look at it and make sure that you follow the steps. And look for another live tomorrow and every day going forward because we're going to keep it up.
Yep. We'll see you guys. See you guys tomorrow.
Peace.
Bye.